thing it is. It's not new. It has always been there. Why we could not deploy them is if all things are not equal, you can't deploy them. Somebody was talking of ANPR as if it's a big deal. ANPR picture of Ekuno. It's been there since 20-30 years. But the issue is which one is the government going to pick? ANPR or no road? You have to put a road before you put ANPR. The first 4 traffic signal light, red light in Chicago was built around 2004. One was built close to my neighborhood, and the reason was for accident control. But shortly after that, because they see the revenue, every state started doing. Ohio State built so much that they took them to court, and the government had to start removing them. Governor Mayor Ron Emanuel, Obama's first chief of staff, almost lost second term as a mayor in Chicago because of signal lights. He ran against a candidate who said he would remove them. And people went to vote for the man who said no. So those are the choices you will make, and that is what government is going to. Congestion charge. Was it Johnson? Johnson lost from being mayor of London because he introduced congestion charge. Because these are sustainable means, but it comes at a cost. So for me, I will advise government to always balance the stakeholders' interest, so that it doesn't make. However, for 90 years, we are moving gradually there. What it does is that it tells you the one that is simple. There is traffic, don't go. I see that in my house. You can work from home. You come home, you can now know which road to pass, which one not to go through. You know when the bus is coming. You know when the bus. I know so many. I just mentioned some few ones, but it also goes beyond traffic lights catch you. No, that's not the essence of ITS. The essence of ITS is to make life better for you, and it's not just in for those in aviation. I'm not talking about them because they have gone too far. Everything there is intelligent already. What you are using AI, they are now doing AI. That's when which one is the one that is having accident? They say when the plane will collect, will take over from the pilot and start driving the plane. So in aviation is okay, you come far, but on the road and the land transport area is still a lot of things. Now in conclusion. We must build systems, we must build transport that is accessible. The accessibility is an issue. Affordability will be affordable because it must be inclusive. Poor, rich, and everybody must have a say in what you do. So it's not just building those expensive new systems and where the common people cannot. That's why the train system is still 3,000 naira. The cost of running the train is more than 3,000. But it has to be inclusive. You can't cut off the common people. Then efficiency must be there, and it must be environmental responsibility while taking into account cost benefit analysis. So it's a big issue beyond buying electric, because Nigerians are glued to this because the electric, because the PCG, CFD. It's beyond that. It's a system approach. I try to relate the 2030 goals once again, and as such, it's just to say that the sustainability in the transport sector, if it does not work, go 2030 will not work. The former commercial Bobu presented the first last lecture, like the simulation, and I think that was his topic. You'll be shocked, out of the 17 goals, almost 12 to 15 are linked to sustainable transportation. No to hunger. When the farmer cannot bring food to town, hunger will kill all of us. They say, which other one? Education. When the kids cannot go to school, they have to trade. They will still when they get to class. Go and check all the goals. They are linked to effective and sustainable transport system. And in my own recommendation, I think there are simple things we can quickly do. One, that doesn't require too much money. Me, I believe in the low hanging fruit first, but for the minimum, for us to even say we try. While we are saying we should use electric, which we cannot afford. While we are saying use CNG, which government has to subsidize for us. While we are saying use mass transit, which some state government are still struggling to provide, and the common people are saying it will make them to lose job. Let us get this national policy on transportation and sustainable transport passed, so we have a guide. 2, let us develop a new strategic rail transportation and logistics master plan so that we reduce the use of some kind of vehicles for what we use them for. But let me say this, when you see trailer on the road carrying container, in America, it is sign of prosperity. That means the factories are working fine. That means the inventory is high. So when you see trailer, don't say it is bad. It is good news that we see how they're carrying those containers. That means some people are producing and some people are consuming. But what we are saying is that when they are going on long distances, let them move by rail. When they are moving petrol, let them move by pipeline. When they are going the last mile, they will still have to move by trailer. Then the framework for sustainable mass transit. The federal government has to assist in this regard. Many of the states don't have the capacity. Give it to Lagos. I think only Lagos is doing something in the area of mass transit. Only Lagos. Only Lagos. And it's because of human capacity. Lagos developed this capacity. All the past governors of Lagos kept their faith with NUPT 1, NUPT 2 until it became Lamata. So there is a department as an agency dedicated to monitor that. Then review the national integrated infrastructure master plan. I will now talk about aviation. If you watch the aviation sector, they are talking of cooling down some of our airports, they are talking of improving the navigation system. Those are new things that we all have to do. And the same thing on our roads. The standard of the Lagos Calabar road is the minimum, should be the minimum for our road. There must be rest houses, there must be bus stops, there must not that when we build road, start building bus stop. After we build road, start building traffic light. After we build road, why? All these things are I'm sorry, speaking and an integrated strategic measure for each state, only Lagos and Abuja probably have a strategic transport master plan. I'm not talking, I decided not to talk about the national government more because the issues are with us. And then the next one is that regardless, we must at also national level establish a motor vehicle and driver license and administration agency or department. As long as those kind of vehicles are on our road, FIS will cast higher. These are as of national level. Many states have turned this to mode of internal revenue. Yes, it is road taxes. They create an administration system. We change Lagos from vehicle inspection office to vehicle inspection service for the purpose. Lagos created motor vehicle administration in 2004. Coincidentally, the current president created it. So there are so many little things. What does it take to create an agency to manage your driver license, your motor vehicle administration, and the rickety vehicles that are on the road? So these are minimum things to do. Then I said, a functional vehicle inspection service in all states and FCT. Some states don't have any. All they do is just board of internal, we just collect the money. They give you driver license, they give you vehicle license, they give. These are things that affect sustainability in the transport system as well. Then within state Ministry of Transportation, a directorate dedicated to public transport services. It's not just enough to put motor vehicles on the road to carry people. There must be some people monitoring it, collecting data, and making sure it works. So in conclusion, as I leave, let me say I want to thank the organizers. I've struggled to do this because I know that there are experts in this field in the universities. I don't want them to come and collect my PhD for me. But let me say this. We are not doing bad. That's the good news. Nigeria is not doing bad. What we have is the understanding of what we need to do. If the state governments, if the local governments, if our managers at different agencies understand what they need to do, they will do it. So it's to appeal to those of us who are professionals, and then those of us in the media to speak out and ask for the best thing, ask for it's good practices. It's good practices that this thing will do. We need mass transit system. We need to start moving away from fossil fuels. We need to build resilient infrastructure. Our roads, our airports need to be sustainable friendly. Our waterways are bad. You go on the waterway, what you see, you keep wondering. Somebody will use the engine, the air is right, and then the the people will sit like that, then the thing is flying. It's not supposed, it's supposed to move at a reasonable speed and have a nice environment, less pollution, comfortable long life. Because it is not just about the greenhouse gas emission. It will also show social inclusion. It's three things: environment, social inclusion. What is the third one? Can't remember when we talk of sustainability. So I want to appeal to all of us. I want to report this seminar. Let's report the good news. Don't let us report that Nigeria is doomed. It's not doomed. We are doing well. We are doing well. At least in Lagos, you can derive of BRT. And BRT is not the solution to every state. Every state is not trying to do BRT. They don't need it. I have asked us to take 2 states and will not be part of the team. Just to introduce BRT for what? Introduce the bus system. Buy the buses first. Let the people move. Make the compulsion of spending billions on the mortars and concrete. So the single ladies, I don't want to get controversial. Please,
Hello.